sit back and relax till I fall asleep.
Yeah, that yard work will do it to you. At least you had some nice weather for it.
Yep, I tell you what, I'm 69 years old, so I work a little bit, and I stop and sit in the chair and make a plan, and then I get up and work some more. Planning gives me an excuse for rest.
You didn't log him.
It is the craziest thing, Bobby. I put him in there, and it came up. I knew who he was, and I said everything, and all of a sudden it disappeared.
Okay, give me that call again. Kilo India 4. What was the call? I'll put it in the logbook.
Kilo India 4, India Victor Tango.
Okay, I'll put it in the logbook then.
I picked up a while ago when y'all said something about the ham radio being working when everything else is not working, but unfortunately it looks like the emergency people are going to something called Zella or something like that.
Yeah, I heard something about that, and I'm not set up with emergency system either, so that's something I need to do.
Well, I'm supposed to be involved in it, but it seems like something always gets in the way. But I've helped out when tornadoes hit here, and the first thing we lost was cell phone. I actually had a butt phone, and I went to the administration building here and ran out and found a phone line that worked and relayed messages and went back and forth to the administration building. So I know for a fact the cell phones will go down in certain circumstances, and also you can go into internet, and I've had lots of internet problems, and obviously y'all experienced it too, and with Zello you got to have one or the other.
Roger that. Yeah, I think when it all hits the fan, like I said, ham radio is going to be the way to go.
Yeah, the good thing is, no matter how much they put us back on the back burner, that we can still, I can grab some wire and a radio and a battery and get going in a minute.
Yeah, I've got a little solar panel I can hook up to my battery, so when it starts to run down, I just throw the juice to it and it'll recharge it real quick.
I acquired 4 of these little batteries that go to these little cars kids ride on, and I think they're 12 amp hour batteries, so I can run 48 amp hours with the 4 of them, and I got a gas generator, so I can crank up the generator and charge the batteries, run everything, and then cut it off, run off the batteries for a little while.
Contact.
Go ahead, contact.
Did it go in? Did it show up on your end?
Roger.
Okay. I'm standing by. Writing bills.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I mean, I put it in there and he popped up, and then all of a sudden it was gone.
Did you sign back in? Because it sounds like you're not signed in. It does it that way if you're not signed in.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, that's strange. Okay.
Wait a minute, maybe I didn't.
Okay. That's okay.
All right, Bobby, I pulled your trick. That was it.
We're getting old, aren't we?
I'm telling you.
Okay, we're standing by. For the gentleman that just signed in, good evening to you. I know you've been in here before.
It's been quite a while.
Yeah, I looked at it, I forgot. I think it was last year.
It probably was. I got a great day. I tell you what, I thought I was going to have all kind of radio time when I retired. It seemed like how in the world I had time to have a job.
Hey, I just retired not too long ago, and I just don't have time to do nothing hardly. I mean, it's all I can do. I'm catching up from, we went to the mountains our annual get-together, which is in October. And we went to the mountains for 3 days, and just those 3 days I had my county taxes come in, and they come in 3 and 4 different, mailings, and I'm having to take care of that tonight.
Well, I tell you, I'm a canoeer and a fisherman, but I haven't been doing a whole lot of. I went last week and caught a couple, but I hadn't been fishing anything like I usually do. Usually in the canoe every other week, and I think I've had it in 4 times this year. But I've got a 2-year-old grandson. I was retired about a year when he was born, and so I spend at least a day or 2 with him a week, and I don't regret that a bit.
Oh, yeah, life's too short, Yep, you better believe it. What kind of fishing did you do? Are you doing with a canoe?
Well, I used to do a lot better before that flood in 2015, but I like to go on the river and fish. I was doing some trout fishing, and a lot of times I just go canoeing. Sometimes I fish and sometimes I don't. Just depends on how I feel about it and who's with me. I usually don't fish if I've got anybody with me, because most people don't have the patience to fish like I do. But trout fish, catfish, and do a little bit of bass fishing, but I mostly most of the time use live bait. I do some artificial, but not much.
Yeah, I love to use live bait with put a big minnow on it and with a cork and just watch that cork go running all over the place, and all of a sudden it takes a dive. So I love to watch that cork go out of sight.
Yeah, I tell you, I started fishing. A lot of times I don't use a cork. I fish just like I was trout fishing with no cork. But there's a pond near here, a public pond, and I put my canoe in that pond and go up to above the pond and fish at the creek. And I tell you, the flowing water there is big. A 3-pound fish, I think you got a 10-pound fish when you're on that flowing water. And they got some big catfish or creek. And I've had, sometimes I just want to have fun playing them. I'll go after the catfish, and they could drag my canoe around up there.
Got your own little motor there. Okay, good. Well, we just went trout fishing this year with my minister and my youth minister. I caught 4. The youth minister caught 4. My preacher caught 8 or more. He said that. I can't remember. I think I caught 8 or more. He just, that way, and he just kind of tell us, now what you got to do is you got to fish downstream in these little pools of water is where the trout are at. He's kind of telling us how to do it. Well, I already knew, but he was from Southwest Virginia, so he trout fished when he was a little boy, so he knew what was going on.
Well, I tell you, I trout fished up there in North Carolina a good bit years ago, and I didn't ever catch anything. And there was an Indian watching me, and I was on the reservation, and he took pity on me and waited out there and told me what I was doing wrong, and then he waited away, and he wasn't 100 foot when I started catching fish. But the trout fishing here, I haven't done as good in the last few years. And like I say, since the big flood we had just changed the river like crazy. And now the best area for trout fishing on the river here, they've decided to make it catch and release, because they've made it where people can get there by walking out there instead, because they've opened new access. So the better places to go. I'm not too much on catch and release on trout, because they got a real bad habit of not surviving when you release.
Yeah, they're strong fish because they're in the rivers are so swift that they have to be strong, but they are delicate too. They really are. Okay, I'm gonna get it back to our controller. We're coming up on the 11 o'clock hour. That's when we dive out of here and let the frequency go. So I'm gonna turn it back to here. It's good not talking to you, and don't be a stranger. We have different controllers each night. Anyway, turn it back to Ron down there. Ron, go ahead. Got a contact.
Go ahead, contact.
Okay, you got a K4XDX Mobile. He's probably shooting over you, Ron.
Roger, I can't pick them up.
Okay, I'll talk to you just a second, Ken. We get ready to go.